Hey guys, George here. Today what I'm going to bring to you is live action play of Wacom Rhine scenario number one called New Boy. So it takes place on Marnach, Luxembourg on the 16th of December 1944. Basically it's the beginning of the Battle of the Bulge, and we have German elements of the 38th Panzer Pioneer Battalion and 2nd 304 Panzer Grenadier Regiment. There's the divisional symbol up there, one of them at least. And it's a precursor to the Battle of Bastogne, and basically the Germans have to advance and capture a bridge. What else is new? Do they succeed? I'm not too sure. We'll see. And what else is particularly important about this game is that uh, we don't know when the uh, American reinforcements have to come in. The victory conditions are very simple. The Germans must make sure that there's no good order or mobile AFV with a functioning main armament within a 3 hex radius of hex K5, 67 K5. And the Germans have 8 turns to achieve this. Now, these mines are supposed to represent known mines, and by SSR, for every 24 factors of mines deployed, I get a dummy. So I should have 2 dummies. All right. Alrighty. And here we got their known mines. Known mines as per Bravo 28.45. Right. So what we're going to do is uh, click on the reveal. So we won't know where it is, whether it's a real mine or a dummy. And what's interesting is that the German OB has Bangalore torpedoes that are part of the rule set with the package. They work pretty much the same way as a demo charge, but in this case, if the Bangalore torpedo is successfully blown, then they mark a blaze through the wire. Okay, so now what we're going to do is mix them up and then place them randomly where we think they would best serve. So this, I guess we got to set them up within the American setup area, not anywhere. Um, and since I am by definition the defender, there's going to be bore sighting of the machine guns. And basically, once I get a target, the American rule 1d6 and 1 to 3, that hex is its bore sighted hex, and 4, 5, 6, I'll have to roll again to see where its bore sighted hex is. So since I'm playing this solo, I'm trying to handicap myself. Let's put on our thinking cap. I might uh, turn off my video capture because OBS has been giving me some difficulty lately. It's getting cold up here in Canada, so our thinking cap today is Blue Jays, old album. Oh, geez, does that feel warm? Warming up the brain. All right, so let's put some mines here and there, so we can stifle the or suppress the German advance, or at least have them advance towards our machine guns. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Right. Where else can we put the mines? We don't want to put the mines anywhere where they will forfeit a legal route location. Hmm. This is perfect right there. Right? Yeah. That's a little bit of a delaying tactic. All right. Um, so by SSR, I'm playing this solo for the second time because I wasn't happy with um, the first time I played it. So now I think I'm going to turn off my video capture so you can get the a better picture of the board. Who needs this handsome face in any case? All right, so let's turn that off. Great. And continue with the game. So by SSR, the Americans have to set up in two outposts consisting of three trenches, and each trench should have one single man counter, at least one single man counter, three multi man counters, one MMG, and one Bazooka 44. Immediately, I thought about how about I deploy one squad and put one squad down here with a bazooka, so when the Germans approach, then he can blast them. But since they need one bazooka in each hex, um, I didn't want to deploy and leave a bazooka to a half squad for one reason or another. Now, as for the Germans, the way they're set up is we have two dismantled mortars that will try and achieve as a goal coming to this hex here and there, or here and there, so they can try and level this outpost. Steiner, he's going to lead the assault onto this side of the board, because once you get here, these hexes are woods. So once you advance past this area, you got a lane to do a home run into the village, right? These guys are reserved; they're going to move last, and Metz is going to try and establish a nice fire base along the tree line to suppress these guys while he advances. Han, like we said, that's his objective. So now we can, since we're starting off board, we can conceal everybody. Now, as for the American strategy, I'm figuring that instead of everybody staying here, um, I think that some folks should attempt and hightail it back to the village, especially these folks, and especially if the Germans do not manage to reach the tree line by turn one. So I'm going to get a phase wheel here. Okay, so we don't have any wind, but it is wet, and what that means by SSR is that if the armored fighting vehicles are moving not along a road hex, they pay a half movement factor above the normal movement rate. So let's get the show on the road and let's roll for weather. There's no weather, rally phase. We've already placed our units off board as to where they're going to go. Um, Now, a dismantled mortar is 5 portage points, and if you are uh, doing double time, going CX or going double time, there is a chart A4 movement factor slash portage point chart, and with 5 portage points, a multi-man counter with a leader going CX can move 6 movement factors. Yep, and only 5 if they're late. So by going 6, they would have to go, hold on a second, multi-man counter with a leader with 5 portage points, otherwise they can move 5. So we get 1 movement factor extra. So they'll go CX because they need to reach their objective, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. And the good thing is that these mortars, when they're dismantled, can advance, but when they are mantled, they are pure weapons. pure guns. And this fellow here, they're going to go CX. They're not holding more portage points than they need, so they're going to go CX. And we're going to go as follows, moving as a stack because we're not going to expose ourselves to the enemy. One to there, two in bypass along the right side of that hex. Then one, two, three, four, five, six. I just realized I didn't need to go CX. And we're going to keep concealment. All right. Actually, I shouldn't have done that, but I'm human. All right. And next will be this stack here. One, two, three in bypass, four, five, six, seven, eight. They'll go CX. One, two, three in bypass, like that. Four, five, six, seven, eight. And nobody sees them so far, right? Maybe this guy can be seen. It's a free loss check, so let's do it. From here to there. Ooh, they just lost their concealment. And, of course, since they lost their concealment, we'll fire. All right, so what is that? That is a six down to one. So the way it works is it's plus one. Yeah, plus actually perhaps it's six even. Yeah. All right. Let's figure. Let's do the math here. So it's plus one for the hindrance, plus one for the woods, minus one for non-assault movement, and minus one for the leadership DRM. Everything cancels out, so it's a six even shot. Let's take that shot. IFT 10, no rate and no effect, because a 10 on the six table is a pure miss, missed by two. I needed an 8 or less, and he prep fired. These guys should have been concealed as well, but let's conceal them now. And by default, I could have put my sniper anywhere I wanted, but where's the German sniper? It disappeared. He didn't want to take part in this battle. Let's put the German sniper up as well. Let's not forget about our sniper. There we go. I'm shocked. I don't have a sniper. Oh, there he is. Look, look, look. There he is. He's sitting there off board. Let's put him here. All right. Okie dokie. So they first fired, and these guys should be concealed. Concealed. Conceal him. So this unit and conceal this unit. Oops. That's interesting. All right. We moved basically everyone. Um, let's count here. 1 in CX, 2 in CX, 3, 4, 5. They're reserved. So they're not going to go CX. 1 in bypass, 2 in bypass, 3. Yep. 1, 2, 3 in bypass, 4, late CX, 5. The German has moved. Let's prep fire. No, let's defensive fire. Um, I am tempted to fire with the medium. What the heck? We only live life once. Let's do it. Oh, they're blocked. Damn it. I still have to roll it. Did they at least lose concealment? I don't think so. Nobody saw them firing. So all's good. Advancing fire. Since we established that there is line of sight, and his purpose is to nail the Americans one way or another, either suppress this or eliminate this group or that outpost. They'll fire back. Now the MMGs cannot fire, and I have two squads, and the range is 10. 10. The range is 10. The half squads can't make it. The MMGs can't make it. The and since everybody's firing at long range, everything would be quartered. So it's 14 quartered. 14 times 0.25 is 3.5. There's no assault fire, so it will be a 2 plus 1 because uh, I am CX, minus 1 because minus 1 for the leader, plus 1 for the hindrance, and plus 2 for the trench. A 2 up 3. A 2 up 3. I would need snakes to do anything more than a pin check. And it's sniper bait, so we won't take it. We didn't draw a line of sight. We won't take that shot. That doesn't sound too good. T is good. So there's no advancing fire, no routes. Um, and let's clean up the board. At route phase, it's a good time to clean up the board of prep and defensive fire. I remember doing this manually. It's so much fun. Now, let's go to advanced phase. Advanced phase, one mortar will fall into position and take a CX counter along with it. So this is one great position to put the mortar in. Okay. Let's get a little bit of an extra uh, concealment counter and clone this CX because the other stack is also CX. Right. The other stack is going to move here. They didn't quite achieve their position that they wanted to. We want to put the second mortar here so you can have a line of fire at both outposts as opposed to one. Now, these fellows here, what I'm going to do is put one fire group here. How does that work? Here. Okay, there's CX. And they retain their CX. And one fire group should stay behind. Should they stay behind? I think so. I think so for the time being because um, it's still the game is still young. Okay, and what they want to ensure at this point, the important target is the heavy and the medium. We want to get rid of those things. So clone that. He's still a CX. Here in this case, we certainly don't want to remain a stack. So, but we are able to retain concealment. So we're going to have one unit advance there, another unit advance, let's say here, whoops, here actually, and these fellows are a liability except for the leader. Steiner will fall here. And if I remember correctly, they did not go CX. All right, so Steiner will leave this unit here is holding these guys, these weapons. Yep, okay, we got it good. We got it well done. Okay, and more movement here and here. So hopefully we're allowing for route paths. All right, close combat. Any concealment gains? None. Whoever's supposed to be exposed is exposed. All right, and let's save that. We'll do an incremental save. We just did our save, and we're going to advance the wheel to American Rally, turn 1. Put our little counters here. All right, let's not forget that this is the American turn. Let's remove all moves. We didn't have any pins, so we didn't have nothing to worry about. All right, roll for weather. Nothing. Now, is there anything we'd like to do? Nah, there's nothing really left to do. So let's go to prep fire. And prep fire will consist of Stuart trying to hit these folks at a 6-up 1. Let's try that. 7 on the 6. 7 on the 6 is a normal morale check. All right. So I need an 8. He breaks, but does not ELR. What is the ELR in the Germans for? Okay, great. He breaks. Now, 2 sevens. Okay, the last fellow pins. And the unpinned unit has to take a pin check because the little leader broke. And he passes. We rolled a 4 and a 2, so he doesn't retain rate, unfortunately. He prep fired. And now the medium will try and hit him, or this stack of units, at 4 up 1. Let's draw a line of sight. There's no hindrances. Range of 9. So the 10 is +1 for the woods. So 4 up 1, let's take a look and see. 10. No rate. And a miss. And we just prep fired here. So this fellow trying to get to village now would be very haphazardous because they have the beat on him. The moment he is out of the trench, he gets a -1 modifier because he would be out in the open. Putting the trenches in woods is not a good idea in this game because these fellows with the mortars will have a -1 dice roll modifier for airburst. So folks, I'm going to try and keep this 15 minutes or short. I'm just telling you ahead of time. And I'll continue either with the conclusion or part 2 of 3, depending on how long it takes. And I'll try and play this game as quickly as possible. Now, what do I want to do with these fellows here? Well, I certainly want to, since there's no running away, because someone can see me, right? There's no running away. I'll open up and fire rather than retaining concealment because I need to do the best I can here. So mortar is going to fire on this stack here at we need a 7 to hit plus 2 because they're concealed, so that makes it a 5. Nope, and no rate. I rolled a nice juicy 10. Jeez. But I do get a -1 act, and this is mortar C. I get a -1 act there. Can I intensify? Technically I could, but it would be a total of +4 to my DRM. So that isn't going to happen. All right, here to there, it would be a 4 up 2. Uh, you know what? Let's hold our fire and see what he does. Yeah, let's hold our fire. The game's still young. Let's go to movement. there will be no movement whatsoever. We're just gonna, wherever's concealed is concealed. They'll hold their position. All right, all right. Let's go to defensive fire. So defensive fire, this fellow is going to mantle his uh, um, mortar, assemble it. He's still CX. He'll turn the covered arc in this direction, and technically he final fired because he is a half squad and he used a support weapon. That's it. Okay, and he's no longer concealed. But let's put that CX marker above like that. Okay, let's delete that. This fellow is not going to go anywhere. All right, these fellows are going to fire over there. Over there, sounds like a song, eh? Uh, range of 9. They're CX, so it will be an 8 up 3. Oh well. Would have been, yeah, up 3 plus 1 because I'm CX and plus 2 for the trench. Now, random selection to see which MMG broke. Random selection, top to bottom. Second MMG broke. Um, was firing at the wrong hex in any case. Alright, these fellows. Oh, geez. Those fellows, uh, I got a half of a 7 is 3.5, so uh, that's that. But the other 7.5 is quartered because they're pinned and at long range. So we got 1.87 plus 3.5 makes a total of 5 firepower factors. Uh, Here we go down to the 4. 4 up 3 from here to there. Let's take it. 4 up 3. Oh, geez. This is not turning out good for the Germans at all. I was more successful in the first game that I didn't play correctly, and I'm redoing it for a second time. It happens. Alrighty then. Now let's turn to advancing fire, which there will be none because these units do not expose themselves to fire. Um, I should have maybe, and maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, alrighty then. Let's go to route. This unit here will route back because he doesn't want to retain, uh, he doesn't want to keep getting DM'd where he is. Alright, we should have taken off every other marker. So he already routed. There's no other broken unit. Let's go to American Advance. There will be none. Close combat, none, because there isn't any, there's no concealment gain. And that's the end of American turn 1. So far, so good. Let's do an incremental save again. So on to German turn 2, like so. And you know, just playing and talking the game out really helps a lot. It's really great. So let's roll for weather. There's no reinforcements, no weather. Let's roll for trying to rally this dude. Actually, the essential sequence of play stipulates that you should try and repair first. So I need either a 1-2 to repair or a 6 to eliminate on a 1d6. Oh man! Oh man, I just lost an MMG. I put him in the casualty bin. Alright, that squad is almost useless to me now. I should have deleted all pins. Let's do that now. Great. Um, Now we can try and rally this guy before we forget he needs a 4 or less. Hey, he makes it. What a one disappointment, one victory here. No longer DM. Welcome back, Mets. And do we have any broken Americans? Nope, everybody's in good order now. All right, so let's go on to prep fire, and let's not forget this is German prep fire. So what we're going to do here is we're going to op fire this fellow, and he's going to fire in the advancing fire phase without the CX detriment, and we're allowed to do that. However, if you up fire a concealed unit, he loses concealment right off the bat. Now, the other thing that's important to note here is that he has to survive defensive fire phase in order to make it out alive. And what we're going to do is we're going to also up fire um, the medium, okay? But, and he's going to lose his CX, but not the half squad. All right, how we're going to work this out, I have no clue, to be honest with you, but we'll try and be uh, as prudent as possible. Okay, now I have the sense that I need to move. I need to move because um, tying him down here is not good enough. I need to get into the village or close to the village. So I'm just going to try and increase the size of the board here. I need to get into the village because the American reinforcements are going to come in, and all the American has to do is put one good order squad in the victory zone and wins the game, right? So the Germans win a game end if there are no good order American MMCs, good order mobile AFVs with functioning main armament on any less than or equal to 3Xs from 67K5. So we got to be wary of that. We want to, you know, uh, score some good hits on the Americans, then establish a good defensive position in the village, and and good in such a way that the American cannot afford to try and advance into the village, even with one multi-man counter. Keep in mind that a multi-man counter is either a half squad or a full squad, and it doesn't differentiate between one and the other. All right, so I think that was it for rally. We're into prep fire, and we off fired a couple of units. So at this juncture, do we want to fire this fellow and open up a 4-up-1? Uh, I think 1, 2, 3. I think. Let me think it out for a second. So I thought it over and I said, for the sake of demonstrating how opportunity fire works, I am going to unconceal him, put him underneath an up fire, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to assault move these units here because they're flamethrowers. I want them to come in close, as close as possible. But what I'm going to do here is he's under opportunity fire. He will assault move to there, and then come advancing fire phase, I'm going to have at least a 6-up-2 uh, fire opportunity, which is better than a 4-up-1. At least that's the way I see it. So a 4-up-2, no, a 6-up-2, I would need a 6 or less, and a 4-up-1 is still a 6 or less. Um, Oh, I'm feeling more lucky in this regard. So uh, that's what we're going to do. All right. So let's go to movement. We'll go to movement, and what we're going to do here is at this stage of the game, there's no point in moving Han up there. We'll keep him in reserve, but the mortar is going to assault move to there, and I believe the mortar can mantle either in the prep or defensive fire phase, but not in the defensive fire phase. Assemble, that is. Hold on, I'll give you the rule reference. So midpoint in Alpha 9.8, um, a weapon may be converted to an appropriate DM support weapon counter and vice versa by the unit possessing it during the prep/defensive fire in which the weapon has not fired, but such conversion counts as the use of a support weapon. So I can't do it during the advancing fire phase, but I certainly can do it in the next defensive fire phase. Let's just put a couple of concealment counters here. So this fellow conceals. This fellow is still concealed because the assault moved into there. He loses his CX status now. All right. Um, this unit will assault move to there. And it's only a squad, so this unit will assault move to there. These folks are going to lose their CX marker. And they're going to assault move to there. This unit will assault move to here. I'm doing a bit of a Stockberg, but hey, these fellows will assault move to there. These fellows will assault move to there. And they will lose their CX and assault move to here. Now that's a good fire group, 12, a 12 shot at least. Um, so what I see is Metz has advanced to the wrong section, really. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. So now we can call defensive fire and give the American player the opportunity to mouth off his weapons. So this is a nice juicy target, right? All right. So Stuart, firing a range of 9 hexes. The heavy has a range of up to 12 hexes. And that's a 6 even shot. 6 plus 1 for the woods, minus 1 for the American leader DRM. 6 even. 7 on the 6. 7 on the 6, folks. There's a normal morale check. So top to bottom. Top to bottom. See where now, if the unit that breaks that is up fire, he'll forfeit his fire. All right, so 3 sevens is what I need. Yep, 7 on the 6 is it's a 1 morale check. It's not a normal morale check. It's a 1 morale check. Yep, 1 morale check. No, got it. It's a normal morale check. Yep, normal morale check. It's a 7 dice roll on the 6 table. Normal morale check. 3 sevens, top to bottom. Is it 3 sevens? 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 sevens, top to bottom. First one breaks. Second one passes. Last one. We roll the axis and so the first fellow breaks and does not ELR. Come on, break him up. Break. Does he or doesn't ELR? Let's see. Because sometimes these fellows have 2 different ELRs. One for the, uh, let's see. ELR is 3 for the 467s and 5 for the assault engineers. So he does not ELR on a roll of 8. He just breaks. The second guy passed. He rolled a 6 instead of a 7. And the third one passed with flying colors. And we activated the SAN. So each player Okay, the American player has a SAN of 3. The Axis has a SAN of 2. We'll just correct that in the info section uh, of the uh, vassal file. Axis SAN 2, Allied SAN 3. Okay, so we rolled a 3, so the Axis SAN has been, we got a SAN check. All right, no, that's not true. We rolled our own SAN. No, we didn't. This was so it's the Allied SAN that was activated by the German morale check. All right, so let's see if it's a good SAN. Whoa, not a good SAN at all. 5. All right, so we broke one squad. We did get right, so we're going to fire in the same squad and the same units at 6 even. 7 on the 6 is another normal morale check and right, so broken squad first. 7 makes it. Second squad makes it. Allied SAN again. Third squad makes it. 2 SAN checks. SAN check number 1. Small one. Direction and distance. 4 and 5. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Guess who gets it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, interesting. So we have a chance to either uh, wound this SMC or uh, pin a multi-man counter. Hey, he's wounded. Wound check. Phew, he passes. All right, second Sam. Fell asleep. Too much work for him. Shooting at a unit so far deep in the woods. Last I checked, we got right. We're going to fire again. 6 even shot. 3 on the 6. That's not good. 3 on the 6 is a K2. We rolled our own SAM. In this case, a K2 plus rate. So, random selection, top to bottom for the K result. 1, 2, 3. So the top guy is already broken. So a K is a K, according to Alpha 7.302, is at least one target suffers casualty reduction. All right. So the top squad is casualty reduced. We're going to clone him, actually half squad him, clone him, and send him to the graveyard. And now everybody else uh, suffers a 2 morale check, starting with the half squad here. So morale check needs a 4. He dies, and his support weapon drops to the ground. So Axis casualty bin. 2 morale check for him needs a 5. Breaks. He needs a 5. And breaks. And we said it was a 2 morale check. So 9, 10, 11. He ALR'd actually. Let's see. Yeah, he rolled a 8, 9, 10. He did not ALR with a 2 morale check. Sorry, he just broken. Okay, and this last guy, he rolled a 9 plus 2 is 11. He ELR'd and broke. So everybody's broken there. It's a good thing Mets did not get killed by a sniper and and that he'll be around to help him recover from this tragic event. Now, there was a 3-year-old, and he still has rate. Now, he can fire here, he can fire here, or probably he can even fire there. Um, you know what? He'll fire here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And again, let's see if there's line of sight. Yep, 9, range of 9. So in this case, it'll be a 6/2 for the concealed unit, 6/2 up 0 with the same dice roll. That's nothing and no rate. Yeah. So that was quite a heck of a defensive fire. Now, he will fire there. This unit will fire there. Let's see if we have LOS. We should. That's an in-place gun for all intents and purposes. So it'll be a 4/2. Yeah, 4/2. Nothing. And he final fired. Now the all important shot here to there. Uh, he is no longer concealed, so it's a straight up 7, -1 for the act, 8 or less to hit. Hit and rate. So now we got a 50. Actually, a 60. A 60 is, should otherwise be resolved on the A table. But since it's area fire, it's going to be 4, -1 for air burst on my dice roll modifier. Rolls a 4 on the 4, which is a 1 morale check. Leader needs a 8 or less. Pins, and the unit now needs, let's see, we rolled a 5 on the 4, which is a 1 morale check. So the leader, the squad needs a 7. Passes, that's the allied sand, so only the leader is pinned. Easier to just put him on the bottom, and then put the pin marker on the bottom. So that's that. Allied sand was activated, so let's do the sand check. Another small sand, let's do direction and distance. 6 and 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And comes back to this fellow and pins this unit. Who said that sands are not important? Yep. We got rate. And this now turns into a -2. Flip. And let's, now they need a 9 or less to hit. Hit, no rate. And a 4 -1 on the IFT table. So that's a 7 on the 4. It's a pin check, so we need 8 or less on the 838. Makes it. And that dude is marked for area fire. Awesome. Awesome. So he's marked with final fire. Question arises again. Does he open up and fire? Well, if he does open up and fire, it would be a 4 shot. Not a good 4 shot against these guys. Or these guys. And since now they're exposed, let's do a 4. Let's expose these fellows, because now all the Germans are in the tree line, and we need to pepper them with some bullets. Right. 4/2 up 1. 4/2 for the concealed units, up 1 for the woods. Let's see what that gives us. Absolutely nothing. A bag of beans. They funnel fired. Oops, not the mines. They did. And have another 4/2 up one. Oh, we'll take it. I'm not gonna wait and see what happens here. Um, I'm a bit impatient in getting a couple of more units broken. So 4/2 up one from here to there. Four. I-15 plus one. Let's see what happens there. Roll it. Absolute nothing. That was a bit disappointing, but I can't complain. All right, let's go to advancing fire. In this case, this guy's pinned. So all I guess all it means in this case is he has no rate of fire, and he has to add +2 to his dice roll to hit. So ordinarily he needs a 7 to hit there. It would be uh, a 5 and no rate. So let's do that. To hit, gets a 5. So he hits, but that's his last shot, unfortunately. 81, 16, so it will be an 8 up 2. 6 up 2 is an 8, which is a normal morale check, and I gotta put the act there before I forget about it. Let's see if there's any way we can put the act by and make it a large one. There you go. So he advanced fired. All nice and dandy. And these guys were marked with an op fire. So their firepower is 4. His is 1. And if he exposes himself, he unconceals himself. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's quartered. So we have a 8 and 2 is 6. He can't count. We would have a 6 up 2 there. We're going to take that shot. 6, 7, 8 on the 6 is a pin task check. So we'll just roll, see if he's pinned. Really makes no difference. He passed. Now here comes the rules question. Well, if it makes no difference other than a sand check, does he have to roll? And according to, I believe, Rule 14.1, Alpha 14.1, he doesn't. Um, let's see if I got that right quickly. Yeah, 14.1. The sniper attack occurs after resolving, but not resolving any sign. Uh, any such DR that can yield no game result other than a sign is not made. 14.1, right in the middle. Kesarasra. So these guys are now flipped, and this guy here advanced fired, and they're not concealed anymore. We did our advanced fire. Let's go to route phase. Let's go a little bit smaller on the map and clean it up and remove all prep and def fire. So the only units that need to route are these folks. They're all broken, and they have to route save one light machine gun. And they're going to route back to the leader. Let's put the leader on top, but let's put the DM counter there. Is there anybody else that's broken? Double check. Nope. Okay, let's go to advanced phase. let's advance this unit there. And he will attempt to pick up the LMG during the rally phase. These guys are good where they are, and we'll attempt to not advance in there because he can still see him. But his goal is stay put, and then if they break, uh, do a nice trot up the middle. This guy's just concealed, but he's not broken. That's great. So advance. He will advance to there. He's in brush. So they will forfeit the +1 hindrance theorem. He's good. He's good. All right. Close combat. Concealment gains. There isn't any. And this will be the end of turn 1A. So it's actually the end of turn 2A, and we'll continue. I surpassed my 50-minute limit, and do tell me if you prefer longer videos or the short turn-by-turn action after action reports with these scenarios. I think the Germans have a good chance of winning once their mortars are in position and they open up, one in each flank, and then we rush one flank. I don't think it would be wise for the Americans to jump out of their entrenchments and try to cover one flank or the other, unless they break and rout into the woods and don't ELR. That would be something, because don't forget, broken units have 6 movement factors, so and they can still rout back, I suppose. Um, yeah, so do let me know if you prefer longer videos or shorter videos. And um, the other thing that I like to say is that, like as always, I'd like to thank you for your support, and do tell um, folks about this channel. It seems that everybody's doing a great job, and I really appreciate you all, from the folks that started from the very beginning and the new folks that have joined recently. I do appreciate you all. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for all the kind remarks and words of support. And we'll continue with the Battle of the Bulge here. New Boy, Wakam Rhine, #1, on 16 December 1944. I'm either going to bring you in the next video either the conclusion or a quick after action report, unless I get feedback from you that you'd like to see more solo play and uh, action. Take care and have a great weekend, everyone.